Welcome to Fast Instant Karma. The wrong person. Faster than the cops in an action movie. A female passenger was restrained right at Orlando Airport after spitting and threatening staff at the departure gate. Even after being refunded and told to leave, she continued to act aggressively towards security, leading to multiple assault-related charges. For these offenses, she was sentenced to 12 months of probation, 50 hours of community service, and also required to attend anger management classes. Write an apology letter to the victim and is banned from the airport.
Walking her straight out, let's go. Grab and behave yourself, all right? All right. Grab her bag from the office.
We'll have the windows rolled down for you.
Yep. Can I make a phone call?
Roll on that, okay?
I'm done. Either you call the cops. Don't touch me. I did nothing wrong. Hit me! Hit me, you lying ass! Stop it! Hit me! Loser!
An MMA fighter acting out at 10,000 meters in the air. That's a notebook lesson in how to destroy your career in about 60 seconds.
I'm not playing. Let's go.
You started it! Assault! Abuse! Touch me!
Get off my plate.
Wrong place, girl. This is Vegas, and the police here don't have the patience for your hair-pulling antics. An American Airlines passenger gets dragged off a flight after getting aggressive when a flight attendant denies a pre-takeoff drink request. A first-class ticket might buy you comfort, but it doesn't buy you respect or basic manners. Imagine you're cruising at 35,000 feet and someone suddenly decides to try and open the plane door. That's exactly what happened to these British tourists heading to Benidorm. Turns out playing the action hero mid-flight only gets you a direct escort straight to the cops. Turns out, people who cause trouble also hate dealing with trouble. Shocking, right? So, whose side are you on here? She got into an argument with the police after drinking too much at the airport.
Such fucking ass. I am not gonna relax. You're gonna hurt a 64-year-old woman.
Alcohol and altitude don't mix unless your goal is a lifetime flight ban.
Go to their house. I want to go to my friend's house. I don't want to go to a hotel. I want to go to my friend's house. I tried to hit you when you handcuffed me.
The ending for vaping on a plane and ignoring all safety warnings is pretty simple. Handcuffs and a very embarrassing exit. That just shows how important it is to learn how to control your emotions. Once $1 million NFL star Adam "Pac-Man" Jones saw his career overshadowed by a long record of public disturbances.
My charge? Disorderly conduct and AI.
I'm not drunk.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I take a blow test?
He unbuckles his seatbelt. Then he turns around, yells in the aisle, you need to come back here. And I said, sir, I need you to fix this. It's your job to fix it.
Tried to walk out with a wine glass. I was like, yo, man, everybody have a good night.
From delaying entire flights to getting into unnecessary trouble at bars, he proved one thing. Money can buy fame, but it can't buy self-respect or self-control.
Stop! Why are you grabbing me like this? You trying to walk away from me? Yeah, you grabbed me like that. Man. This the motherfucker that was grabbing.
One free nail session in exchange for a very basic lesson in manners.
you asked me what the issue. Don't come and try to quiet me. They told you, oh, I jumped behind the counter. That's all they told you.
No, that's not all they told you.
After jumping over the check-in counter like it was an obstacle course, he kept yelling, pushing people around, and resisting police.
Did not f***ing assist you.
Okay.
Okay?
Right? They say they're not helping.
Do not put your hands on me.
Don't you put your hands on me, young.
I didn't touch you.
Now you're going to jail.
Dude, I did not touch you.
And the result? Cops checked him straight onto the floor, with handcuffs and 3 non-refundable charges included.
Get right when it's... Get it.
Don't ever mess with airport security. This guy thought he was above the law, ignoring warnings and trying to pick a fight with the cops. The result? He got a lesson he won't forget right in front of everyone. After that amateur martial arts performance that cost the scene at the whole airport, he's now received a free stay in the US. Too bad his new home is full of iron bars. Watching her get taken down by the police is the perfect antidote for anyone who's fed up with people who think they own the world in public. She started fighting security after her drunken behavior turned her into a safety hazard for the entire flight. Just a reminder, flight crews are trained for emergencies, and that includes dealing with adults who act like toddlers.
Yeah, I'll go down there. Go on.
A Frontier Airlines flight in Nashville was delayed after a passenger refused to cooperate, forcing hundreds of others to evacuate to make way for a security intervention.
Okay.
What started as a routine aviation violation quickly turned into a one-way ticket to jail when she made a serious threat, bringing in the FBI and triggering a full baggage sweep that lasted 2 hours.
All right, let's go. Just like that.
The price of that stubbornness wasn't just handcuffs, it was a criminal record labeled Threat to National Security, along with a massive bail waiting ahead.
Jordan, you need a hand down there? You get. You got a hobble? I've got one up in my bag.
She refused to speak privately because she was afraid of weapons, but then dragging a strange woman along, Amelia's logic is something even AI would struggle to debug.
Place your hands behind your back.
You gotta let
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Then, when she was handcuffed, she cried and screamed like she was in a TV drama.
I'll never leave, Daddy! What has been happening? That's exactly what has been happening! So who's the... You tell me! Come on, kiss me! Kiss me! And tell me who's the head honcho! What?
And calling airport security animal control was kinda funny, not gonna lie.
Look at it. It's not a weapon.
Police were called to contact a man at the airport after reports that he was armed.
It's not a weapon. It's not a weapon. It's clean. Excuse me. What?
Even after the rules against dangerous items were explained, he remained uncooperative and kept challenging them.
Watch out. Watch out. You watch out. Get out of the ground. Get out of the ground. I'm a prophet, people. Shoot me, please. Shoot me, please, bro. Turn around. Son of a bitch.
Just remember, compliance is free, but the price for causing trouble in a high-security area is extremely high, both in money and freedom. This is officially the fastest way to get your name on a permanent no-fly list.
You're not even from Philly!
Oh my God.
Treating the airport like their own personal resort, Ben and his wife caused the scene with some seriously trashy behavior.
Can you tell my wife she's
Okay.
over at the gate?
I'm just telling her where she needs to be.
Got cuffs. I got cuffs.
Dude, you threatened the cop, man. No, I told you you're a piece of shit.
Between the drunk outburst and the vulgar threats, Ben got himself blacklisted from flying on the spot.
No, you're awake.
At the Orlando airport, that son of a prosecutor VIP card only served one purpose: getting a police escort straight out of the lounge.
Relax. Ben, are you injured?
Hey, can you please?
Can you actually fly if you ignore luggage rules and police arrest orders?
Who am I talking to? Who's in charge here?
You're not boarding. You're not boarding.
On what basis?
You're not listening.
On what basis?
I know you're upset, but you're not listening.
I'm not upset.
The answer came fast when a restraint device was activated to stop a husband trying to get back on the plane despite being banned.
You cannot get back on the aircraft. Okay? No, Mike, stop that! Are you under arrest? No. No.
The law doesn't measure emotions. It only asks one thing. Did you follow a lawful order or not?
Trespass. You can bring that up again
But I did
the
not
judge,
trespass.
but at this point we're beyond that.
At Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, a female passenger was denied boarding by Spirit Airlines staff for showing signs of being drunk.
You know what she told the guy? It's gonna be so funny to see them still left right there with the fucking minimum jobs here.
She was reported for disruptive behavior toward an employee and became agitated when officers arrived on the scene.
God can tell me to go to your office. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm licking. Oh my God, get the pussy in my face.
After a series of excuses and even a fake labor performance, the ending was still a pair of handcuffs closing out all the arguments.
Leave me alone.
Make sure you
It was simply a matter of leaving the mall as requested. But Lola decided to escalate the situation by arguing and resisting.
Back off.
You're gonna go.
Hey, you ever watch Steve Bird? He was like balloony.
Things hit a breaking point when she suddenly swung at a police officer.
I will put you in the
Three
car.
cups.
Okay.
Right now.
Are you serious right now?
Of course, with that decision, she upgraded her offense straight to felony.
All right, thanks, bro. Thanks, mom.
Vacation dreams crushed. NBA star Marcus Morris Sr. was busted at the airport over a $250,000 casino debt.
Shackle.
Instead of boarding his flight, he was taken straight to the Broward County Jail to check in there instead.
Who can tell me what's going on?
He was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, yeah, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route. So, he was messing with the department that holds our emergency exit route
I'll show you this one so you can see how there's the rope with the hook.
A United Airlines flight was about to depart when a passenger decided to turn the emergency exit into a souvenir shop, borrowing the safety key as well.
I got my bag out in the truck.
Where's your bag? Let's go find it real quick.
It's out in the truck.
Okay, let's go find it. He took something off the plane that he wasn't supposed to take, so we need to get it back before the plane can leave, or else he's going to be arrested.
Right.
Now, where's the carabiner you took?
I didn't take no.
Empty your pockets.
Oh. This.
Oh, look at that!
This foolish decision caused the entire flight to be delayed due to strict safety regulations.
So how long is that going to take?
Who knows? The flight is delayed because of you. They're not able to leave. So who knows? You can wait just as long as they're waiting. So go have a seat. Do you hear me?
What you going to do, fool?
Put your hands behind your back. Now! Turn around!
Congrats to him. The only piece of metal he'll be owning now is a pair of handcuffs, along with a free dose of pepper spray.
You're breathing this, man.
Too late. You already did.
First of all. Second of all, you called my employee a bitch.
She wanted to see the manager and she got her wish, just in time to hear the confirmation of her one-way ticket to the no-fly list.
Did you call my employee a bitch?
No, I did
You
not.
did. So the other people.
This woman thought running onto the runway and waving at a plane like it was a taxi might save her a missed flight. But the only trip waiting for her was a direct ride to federal jail.
So with that being said, you acting funny. You got an attitude. You being rude. For what? It's alright. What's up? What's up?
She came in to buy Doritos, but somehow ended up starring in a how to get banned from a fast food place tutorial.
She was just Dee.
God bless you, lady.
Nasty Mexican dog.
Hey, God bless you,
Nasty
lady.
Mexican dog.
His positive good morning energy only makes her shh attitude look more pathetic in front of millions of viewers.
Me about like that, Lord. Don't start.
Talking to me, nasty
Calm
dog.
down, lady.
Mexican nasty. Turn
Have a nice
color
day.
dog.
God bless you.
Turn nasty Mexican. Turn
God bless you,
dog.
lady. God bless you.
I'm afraid she's going to get hurt. She's climbing on my truck.
Her air duct was already cleaned, but she kept doing everything she could to avoid paying for the service.
In the F-250, you can please try to get somebody here quickly. It's a silver truck with a silver trailer. I've never seen someone with very intent like this.
And just like that, the police show up, like a very unexpected after-sales service.
Come on,
He's pulling me out of the car, Josh.
Step out.
Josh.
Thank you. Let's go.
Okay. Well,
Perfect. Now, stand up over here for me. Away from the vehicle.
Who's on the phone here?
my husband.
After driving drunk and crashing into two mailboxes, she quickly tries to get rid of all the evidence.
If you were heading home, you wouldn't have hit the mailbox. You would have just headed home. You wouldn't have veered off the road and hit the mailboxes. Or you, no. Have you had anything to drink today? Take any
Where's
drugs?
my husband?
Okay. Do you take any medication?
Where's my phone? You just took my phone.
I didn't take your
from
phone. Can you tell me how you wound up here?
Because I'm trying to get home.
I understand that, but how did you get off the road and hit these mailboxes?
This is how I'm trying to get home.
Okay, how did you hit the mailboxes?
Yeah.
Little did she know that bottle did a much better job of preserving the evidence than it did of preserving her freedom.
All right, so you're here in a couple of minutes. Where was she coming from? Two mailboxes. Yeah.
Getting water.
No.
Water. I can have water.
You were
Are
not
you kidding me?
having-
I can't have water.
No. Come on. For driving under influence.
My God, the car.
Yeah. She's not being cooperative with us at all.
See that?
She's
I heard on the phone.
Yep.
No, I want to speak to my husband.
We've already talked to you about that.
Step forward.
I want to Josh!
Turn around. Stop. Got her. No, I've had enough of you.
Josh!
Have a seat. It smells like water.
The Yeti?
Empty. But wine.
Yep. Cool. So we have that as well. Do me a favor. I'm going to pull... Oh, there you go. All right, cool. So we do have an open container that smells like wine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Hey! Come here!
When the taser failed to do the job, officers had no choice but to switch tactics to bring the chase to an end.
Give me your hand.
In the middle of the crowds at Piccadilly, a daring escape attempt by a group of thieves turned the streets of London into a battlefield. To prevent the suspects from endangering the public, undercover officers decided to execute a tactical collision, pinning the Mini Cooper right on the spot. When pulled over, Jonathan immediately played the vulnerable victim act, faking a panic attack with tremors and pouting to distract the officers.
How are we being mean and we didn't even talk?
But the moment he saw a gap, he dropped the act, hit the gas, and bolted, forcing authorities into a high-stakes chase and a forceful takedown.
This is 17. Vehicles approaching Runway Avenue.
356 is a white male fleeing blue top.
Right now, very top.
In the end, his failed getaway earned him a full collection of charges, from fleeing and reckless driving to assaulting an officer and possession of a drug paraphernalia.
356 keeps units on 3.
After sparking a high-speed chase, the suspect then sued the police for releasing a canine while he was already on his knees surrendering.
Let me see your hands. Flash him. Flash him. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Get that bad guy. Stop fighting. Get that bad guy.
What do you think? Was this a necessary hardline response to a dangerous suspect, or did it cross the line into excessive force? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Trying to turn Homestead into GTA in real life, 3 young men clearly logged into the wrong server. Florida, where Miami-Dade police admins are online 24/7.
I got one here. In the backyard.
You shot me, sir.
Where you shot?
Stefan Jones tried to crank up the difficulty by pulling a rifle, but it led to an instant game over. The whole squad was snatched up, weapons seized, and the only reward they unlocked were heavy criminal sentences instead of XP. This passenger's airport tantrum was shut down fast once security stepped in to restore order after her unreasonable aggression.
And then she's leading cameras.
From spitting to swinging at an elderly person, every act was caught on camera and became undeniable evidence in court.
Put your hands behind your back. Stand up.
A moment of arrogance ended with handcuffs and heavy criminal charges, with no excuse left to save her.
Stand up and walk. Get a chair. Where are we going?
This is a reminder that one wrong decision can trigger a chain of consequences. Luck doesn't always take your side, especially once you cross the line of the law. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for fast, instant karma.